So Iowa have lost out on a recruit that they were expected to get in Addison Bjorn. And she is somebody that definitely could have helped Iowa. I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. Like, I know a lot of Iowa fans are kind of very, very upset about this. As much as anything, because she's from Iowa. She's from Iowa, so I think a lot of people thought that she was going to go and end up there. But at the same time, like, or Texas is a good place. Texas is a hell of a team. Like, she's going to be playing with Madison Booker there for a year. They have arguably the best recruiting class in her year. At the same time, Iowa might have had the best recruiting class for her year as well. And look, again, most people kind of thought that she was going to end up at Iowa because her and McKenna Wilichko are good friends. But at the end of the day, you make a decision for you, not where you're just going to where your friends are going. So look, it's a big signing for them, and Texas do get the number one recruiting class from this signing. And look, I don't know how big of a deal it is to get these number one recruiting class. I really don't. It's about adding one player, and if it turns out that, like, if you look at Iowa, like, there's no guarantee that if you're a 5-star you're gonna play. There's no guarantee, because if you're looking at Addie Deal, who's been their top ranked recruit since Caitlin Clark, like, she's not really doing much. Like, obviously they're playing Baylor tonight, which is a big one in about an hour and a half. I probably will just stay up to watch that. But they haven't had any difficult games so far in Iowa. But, like, Addie Deal's coming off the bench. She's averaging 6 points per game on 34% shooting. Isn't playing much defense. And she hasn't even been the best freshman in Iowa. So it's an interesting one there. As well as that, you can make, I think a good argument can be made that Wilichko and Bjorn play the same position. That nobody's taking Ava Hyden's spot in the starting lineup. She's as good as a guaranteed start. Whichever one of those is coming in will probably slide in at the 4. And then you'd see which one of their other players, maybe one of their upper class, maybe Emily Rodriguez comes in at the 3. If she can figure out that jump shot and keep shooting it. Like, she's been shooting it at an okay rate this year. Actually, no, Jesus. It was just in preseason. She's down to 16% of the year. But, like, if she can figure out the jump shot, Rodriguez slides into 3, Chit Chat's probably starting, and Addie Deal's probably going to come in then. That's a good starting 5. But if you're a 5-star, you're probably not going to go to Iowa to come off the bench, even though you're probably coming off the bench at Texas. But Texas could win it all. Texas could win it all. And that is that's a big thing. Like, you're looking at a Texas team who have been very good the last couple of years. And again, since Madison Booker has come in, they've been on another level. They have been at a level that, like they've been at a championship almost winning level. And I know they don't go deep. Like, Rory Harmon's gone this year. Obviously, Crump's a freshman. I'm just trying to look at their team right now and see who's still going to be there next year. So Cunningham's averaging 10 points a game as a junior. Crump's a freshman. Then you got Jordan Lee. She's a sophomore. Obviously, Madison Booker's a junior. Rory Harmon's a senior. Then what's his sophomore? Senior, averaging 13 a game. So there's a lot of seniors there. And shout out Grace Prenter from Meteors Basketball Club in Ireland. She is a freshman. She's got 3 more years as well. So, look, you're probably losing a couple of seniors. You're gaining some players. Wilichko's probably not going to start. Maybe she will. Maybe she will start straight away, but if she doesn't, it's not the end of the world. Because if you continually get good recruiting classes and you're competing there or thereabouts for winning things, it's going to be big. But again, it's a 5-star shooting guard. I've watched her play a little bit. I thought she was like a more of a 3 or small ball 4. I watched clips of her. I watched bits of her playing. They looked very, for USA. I haven't watched her play at high school. I watched little bits of her playing USA. Am I wrong with that? Yeah, I thought she kind of played as like a 3. As like kind of a 3 small ball 4, same as Wilichko. Maybe I'm wrong with that. Yeah, maybe I could be completely wrong with that one. But if she is a 2 guard, it's a bigger loss for Iowa. But still, if she's a 2 guard, she's competing with Addie Deal. Maybe she's coming off the bench there, and she'd rather come off the bench at Texas. But at the same time, look, they're you're absolutely like, players make college decisions all the time, and with the transfer portal, if you make a bad decision, you can just get the fuck out of there after a year. That's kind of one of the good things about the transfer portal is if it's not working out, you can leave. You can leave. Also, I assume Texas are paying a lot more in NIL money. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Like, Iowa losing a big potential recruit is massive. But at the end of the day, how many players are Iowa losing this year that are like actually important? Like, they're losing Hannah Stokey, obviously, and I would assume they're replacing her with McKenna Wilichko in that starting lineup. That's my guess. My guess is that she's gonna come in there as a kind of power forward, and then obviously Stokey's gone. Is McCabe and Fearbach are both gone, but I'm guessing they're probably gonna replace them from the bench. Jada Jimfy's gone, who's, let's be real, hasn't played in 4 years. And then a lot of the likes of Stremlo, Mulaney, Rodriguez are all sophomores. Chit Chat's still there. So, look, you need to add, realistically, you need to add 2 players. If you can add 2 players a year that are in your rotation are going to help you out if you're Iowa, that's a good thing. Because let's be real, you're probably never going to find another Caitlin Clark again. You may not ever win a championship or get near winning a championship again. But if you can become a consistent Sweet 16 Elite 8 team, especially when you don't have a superstar like a Caitlin Clark, that's not bad at all. Really not bad at all. And not only that, like, obviously with Caitlin gone, but you don't even have right now a Lucy Olsen. You don't have a Meg Gustafson anymore. You don't have I keep blanking on her name, the point guard who played, she was like player of the year. She was on all Big Ten first team. The year after Gustafson left and the year before Caitlin came in. I just blanked on her. But you don't even have players at that level right now. So it is it's going to be a tough thing for Iowa to compete. But if they are going to be able to go and get themselves into a position where they're competing for whether it be a championship or whether it even just being getting to the Sweet 16, you're still getting good recruits and it's still a good college team. But Addison Bjorn is it is a tough one, especially because a lot of people thought she was going to go to Iowa. But sure, look, it is what it is, and best of luck to her at Texas. Anyway, I'll see you guys.